Hi, this is your life coach, Gloria, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Life's a Shuffle.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson, your life coach, leadership coach, motivational speaker, and health coach. And welcome to another episode, Life's a Shuffle, because it really is shuffling a bunch of different pieces all at once. So today is Freestyle Thursday, no topic, and we're just catching up on the week. And I think one of the biggest things I just got today, literally today, just like an hour ago, was the fact that all my divorce paperwork is finalized and it's been submitted to the judge. I just can't wait for the stamp. So I'm done forever. Oh my God, you have no idea. I'm just happy. I mean, I think I expressed a few people last week, and then this is the funny thing. So if you listen to my podcast, I've been married for 13 years, and I got married when I was 22 to an older woman. I had 4 kids, and she just pretty much put it on me. Sex was good. That's what got me. It's just sex was just good. And it's like I never had it in my life. And I know a lot of young men or women out there experiencing when they experience something for the first time, especially for someone that has a subdued sexual, I guess you would say, gratifications, meaning that how I show love and how I want to receive love and how I give love is through touch, feel, and sex. So anyway, so she put it on me, and I thought the way to keep her from cheating on me was to marry her. So I married her, and that was a disaster. And finally, after 13 years of just being lazy, it's not the fact that it lasted for 13 years. I was just lazy. I didn't do paperwork. Uh, anyway, so it's done. I even had to pay for her notary. So basically, I had to pay for her the next day air doctors to the lawyer. I had to pay for her notary. Then she hits me up with this, "Hey, I'm out here and it's hot. Can you send me an extra $5 so I can get some fruit?"
Mhm.
I'm like, at some
That's
point in your life,
funny.
you gotta say, you know what, just here's the money. Okay, let's get it done. Okay, I don't understand what the issue is. You have $45, and this is documentation that I'm paying for. So I'm paying for the attorney. I'm paying for all these because anytime you send an attorney something, you send a documentation. I want to follow up. If it takes them 10 minutes to do it, or it takes them 1 minute to do it, boom, that's $10 right there. That's it. If it's a long email with a bunch of questions, it takes them an hour to respond to it. That's $400 just respond to an email. So attorneys making a lot of money charging by the email, and them calling her to facilitate paperwork. It cost me money too. So I had to pay $45 for some fruits that she needs because it's cold or she's hot, and I had to pay for notary that she has for hers, not mine, and also pay for next day information. So the reason why the 13 years, I can't wait till this thing is closed forever.
I think what gets to me is the whole thing of send me money for fruits, and it's interesting. But, some people are, I don't, there's just people like that.
What I call it the hustle mentality. People like that, like the
Hmm.
hustle. So instead of say, okay, how can I work to make my own money? Or how can I hustle $5 to somebody else? But then you realize
Mm.
that really, if you just worked, you'll have more than $5 in your pocket. But you're always trying to hustle. So the reason why you can't get ahead because you're always trying to hustle and nickel and dime someone to death for $5. So I mean, God
So
bless
that's
whatever
that's
she's
like
going
nature
through.
for her.
Say it one more time.
That's nature for her. It's hustling. That just comes natural for her.
For a lot of people out there, they think they're getting ahead and they think they're doing the right thing, and then they're they think they're on the right path, and yeah, really, you're not on the right path because you're hustling people for $5,
Hmm. But
right? And I
yeah.
had to call and harass her to even sign paperwork.
Hmm.
It's like I'm calling, I'm sending emails, not picking up the phone. I'm like, what the hell? Then I get a text from her 2 days ago. Happy Monday. I don't,
Nice.
what do I say to that?
Happy Monday
Well,
to you too.
no response.
Hmm. Nice.
That's all I said. No response. Have a nice day. Best of luck.
Yeah, it's just really interesting how, there's how people are, and there's everyone's just really different, and sometimes there's things that you don't understand why certain people do what they do and why they are the way they are. But to them, they're normal, to them they're okay, you know?
Well, I guess you know what I'm judging, and I know better to be judgy, but the reality is that doesn't resonate in my lifestyle, and I don't want that. So fantastic. a new word now, that 13 years ago when she left me destitute, I never cried so hard over a person in my life. It actually crushed me. So when she left me in 2007, I think, um, my relationships from 2007 onward were just a disaster for like a disaster. That's all I got to say. For the last 13 years, 12 years, it's been a disaster because I made a commitment to myself. When I broke down crying, because I first moved out here and I had no friends, nobody, right? She gives me back the ring. Her baby's dad drives up here. So not only did he drive up here, picked her and her four kids up, gave me back the ring, left me destitute. And I was responsible for the rent. I made all these arrangements. I mean, my heart was broken. And, I said to myself, I'll never love a woman again. I will never cry over a woman again. And that's how I perceive a relationship. So if I got involved with a woman and I was afraid of not working out, afraid to give my heart, I'm trying to find a backup plan. So if it's going good for 6 months, oh shit, something's going to happen. I got to sit there and have a backup plan because if this fails in 6 months, I got to make sure I have something on the side. The reality is I was afraid of being alone. And the reality is I was afraid to love. So, it's having this weight off my shoulder is this so much more. Even though we don't have kids together, we don't have a 401k plan, no house, nothing. We own zero assets. But knowing this big mountain of crap has been on my plate now for years, over a decade, to finally brush it off, it's like dust my shoulders off, like Jay-Z. I'm gonna dust my shoulders off. So I'm
Listen to
excited
you,
about
Jay
that.
Z.
You know, and pop my collar too at the same time because
Well, we gotta work on that. We need to see that, and then see you with some beatbox and rapping. I'm not
no,
gonna leave
you
you
know
alone.
what? You're not ready. I already got a video in mind. I'm gonna shoot tomorrow, and I'm gonna sing "Natural High." I got it planned. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna shoot a video talking about "Natural High." It's gonna be great. Just all I gotta say.
You're going to sing. I can't wait for this.
You're gonna sing "Take to the Sky on a Natural High." Loving you more till the day I die. See. I don't know. I may need a part-time job as a singer or something.
You're killing me. All right, I can't wait. Now, are
Can't
you only
wait.
going to sing parts of it, or
I'm gonna sing the part I know. Okay, let's get it straight here. I'm
just
not gonna sing
kidding?
the whole lyrics. The part I know. Okay.
All right, so it's going to be a cappella too. Hmm.
Oh yeah, lip sync or something. Who
I
knows?
got it. I got it. That's cool. Well, you know what? Congratulations. So you're closer to the end of it. Closer. Maybe one more step, and
A matter of fact, I looked at the case so much on lacourt.com. I
Mhm.
memorized that case number.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll make sure it says stamp it approved. Okay, get rid of
Yeah.
the sucker.
Yeah. Well, you're almost there. You'll get there. Almost there. Very close. And that's cool. Congratulations. No, we'll save the congratulations when it's really, really finalized, I guess. Yeah.
You
When
know
it's
what? I'm hoping by
completely
the time I
done.
finalize Vegas is open, so I can go order bottle service just for myself. My own bottle service. Order for like 8 or 10
Shower
people, order for
yourself with
myself.
shower yourself with that.
Right? I might go
Vegas
out
is
shopping.
already open, by the way.
I know, but I'm gonna find in Vegas. Too hot. I like cold weather. Too hot for me right now.
Well, that's cool. What else is up? So, you know what? I've been thinking too, like lately, what's been happening around a lot is this whole like the elections. It's happening. It's a lot of people talking about it. You see it everywhere on the news, the social media. You hear people talking about it at the stores, in the salons.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm just so tired of it. No, I don't know. That's just me.
Well, it's a big thing. A lot of people can't stand Trump. A lot of people want Biden. A lot of things politically are going on. I think which kind of is an eye opener for me is coming from California and going to Bellingham, Washington. It's pretty paramount out here. People have in front of their lawn Biden or Harris, or the big sign says Trump Pence, or they have a sign that says Black Lives Matter. So in California, you don't know who supports what unless they have a bumper sticker. But if you look around, right, just look at your neighbors, how many neighbors have in the front lawn a Biden Harris sign? Probably, maybe none. How many have a Trump sign? People are afraid to have Trump sign. And it's really kind of sad the fact that we live in a great country where you have the right to vote. So And see, here's the thing: voting is all about this very simple thing: opinions and how you feel.
Mhm.
Right. So I met with Karina and I met with this girl named Christina. She's going to be president 2036, she said. And, obviously she supports Biden Harris, which is, hey, whatever. Black Lives BLM, she supports that as well. But we talked about politics briefly, and was the fact that a lot of people don't do research on actual facts. Right. It's all emotional right now. Right now,
Mhm.
this election and voting, it's all emotional. There's no facts.
Mhm.
Like another emotional one is if you wear American flag, you're a Trump supporter. That's
Right,
not really
right.
true. America is America. I say this. Well, when I stayed in my Airbnb, first thing I roll up and I see American flag, I go, oh my God. I'm judging, right? American flag. Oh my,
Mhm.
it's maybe racist, Trump supporter. It doesn't matter, but and it wasn't true. The people are actually gay or lesbian, I think. They're all about Biden Harris and BLM. But how the American flag now becomes the way we perceive as someone has an American flag, they're downright racist.
Yeah, remember I think I told you the story about my mom wearing, a shirt with the American flag, and, I think it was one a lady that works at the facility where she works at had said something to her.
Yeah, you told me about that. I remember that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, yeah, and how she's like, she's wearing it, and the lady's like, "Oh, why are you wearing that? Are you supporting Donald Trump?" And she's like, "Does it matter? I live in America, so I'm supporting America." But my point, here's what I want to say about this. Why not let's just all respect each other's opinion, or just respect each other. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. Um like I don't need to explain myself to you if I'm going to vote, who I'm voting for and why. I hate, I don't like talking politics with anybody, with my friends. My family and I don't talk politics, but sometimes even with strangers, because it just kind of gets out of hand. When people are they when they have their mindset, you can't argue with that. You can't argue with them anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, so why even bother asking me? Why listen to me when you already have your mindset anyway? Let's just, at this point, the way I see it, let's just, respect each other, respect each other's opinion, and vote. If you're going to vote, then just vote, and let's see what happens. You know, and whichever president you vote for, that's what you voted for. But let's not later on take it back and say, "Oh my God, he's not doing well for the country," or but you voted for them, So let's just vote in what you believe in, and if you really believe in it. Everybody has their own different beliefs. I do, but yeah, let's just leave it at that.
And that's what it is. See, that's the biggest social dilemma that we're facing is someone's opinion is exactly right, and someone's opinion that's opposite their opinion is wrong. And
Hmm.
that's the social dilemma. We don't talk about it. So it's very ironic when you talk to locals here in Bellingham. People are like, oh, you guys don't have signs in your lawn about the BLM. Oh, hell no, because some may be upset about it. Because unlike how it was in Bay Area, California, with the rioting going on, the BLM, people are upset, people are looting. That didn't happen out here. So when BLM is happening, people are supporting BLM. You see people on people's lawns and the houses or businesses. It's okay. Out there in California, you get writings at the Target. So what happens inadvertently, even though it's not BLM, it's these people that are taking this and using it as a way or excuse to vent or whatever and
Hmm.
tearing, destroying property. That didn't happen out here. So why it's okay to promote or support whatever you want to support or your belief or your opinion, it's fine. No one's going to say you're right or wrong. In California, you're right. If you support Biden Harris, you're right. If you support Donald Trump, you're wrong. And we as a society, and that's why its divide is getting wider and wider because we don't sit down and have conversations and say, okay, you believe in Trump? Great. I believe in Biden? Great. And just leave it as that. Like
Hmm.
Karina, I don't talk politics to her because called me several times because I don't vote. I'm a Trump supporter. And I remember getting a conversation about the fact that I was like, hey, you can't vote for anybody president, right? I mean, all of us have issues and errors. You vote for Trump, someone's not gonna like it. You vote for Biden, someone's not gonna like it. So you vote for the best one. Well, I don't know. You don't know your facts. Biden's the best one. In reality, I mean, I look at this. Biden and Trump, out of all the millions of people we got in America that are smart and intelligent, those are the two best candidates we got. Those are the two, the best. Those are the
Basically,
best. I mean,
if you wanna vote, you don't have any
no
choice.
choice. You
Yeah.
find lesser evil. So that's two best candidates. So also, another opinion could be is some people tired of seeing a career politician. They're tired of seeing someone like Biden has been a career politician forever. Someone sees somebody else that's an average. Because think about it, Trump never held office of any kind.
No,
Senate,
he
mayor,
wasn't
governor,
really
nothing.
into politics. He was more like Hollywood. He was making money. He's a sales businessman. He was a businessman. That's what he was. Although he was probably close to a lot of the politicians, because he's got the money.
Yeah, of course. See, that's the main thing: politics and money.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I know, we talk about this, and and this happened recently to uh, a friend, and one friend posted something on social media towards against Biden. So then the other friend then sends me a text, says, "Oh, is she Republican?" I said, "Well, because she posted something against Biden makes her a Republican and a Donald Trump supporter." And
Wow.
then the answer was, "Oh, I don't know." So it's an assumption, right?
Yep.
That doesn't mean anything. We don't know who she's supporting. We don't know if she's going to vote. We don't even know if she supports any of those two. She just posted something that was just making fun of the other. And I was at the salon sometime last week at the hair salon, and I heard the owner was doing another guy's hair, and they were just talking smash about Donald Trump, right? Just a lot of stuff. So my hairdresser and the other lady was there, and I think they were getting offended by it because um, they're not a Trump supporter, I would say, but they're also not a Biden supporter. But if they had a choice, because if they're going to vote and they had a choice of who they were going to vote, I already know who they're going to vote for because they told me. So they're going to vote for Trump. And we had to look at all this, and it was a discussion. I know this is funny. It was a discussion there. What it was and I understood what the two ladies meant. And the men in that room didn't quite understand what they were trying to say. I think it's because they had their mindset already in whatever opinion they have. Have they done their research? I have no idea. And these two other ladies, have they done their research? Probably not also, but I see their point, and I understand because I feel the same way as they do. I'm not going to judge somebody based on what you see in the social media, based on what the media says about this person and the other people. Okay. Call him racist. If he's racist, then he's racist to you if he is, right? He's not hurting me. And if he's not hurting you, but is he doing great for the country? He probably is. What I look at in a person is the actions, the things that this person had done for the country. I know he has no filter. He'll say whatever he wants to say. He's not ashamed, which is a good thing, right? Because he is his own person. And a lot of people does not accept that. So Trump being himself, that is his authentic self that he's showing to the people. A lot of people does not accept it. But does that stop him from being himself? No, it doesn't. And just like I had this conversation with another friend about, one of my students, about Chris Brown. I know this is totally off politics. Chris Brown. So you talk about Chris Brown, and I said, yeah, I like his music, and I love his songs. And I hear something about, oh, you're gonna like somebody who beats up a woman. You're gonna like somebody who, whatever he does with a woman, right? With Rihanna, whatever situation they had before. I said, I don't care about what he does. I don't care about what he did, whether it's true or not. I said, but I like his music. I like him as an entertainer. I don't know him as a person, so I can't say that I don't like him because he's beating up somebody, but he's entertaining me and I love his music, you know? So it's just the stuff like this, like judging people based on, again, what you hear and what you see. And, you talk about have you done your research? And a lot of these people, I don't want to, I don't know if I'm probably going to get some hatred here, but a lot of these people probably have not done any of their researches.
Nope, because there is only emotional. Everything in life with, I think I gave this description on our podcast before. So when I go to Belly and Fitness, all I see is CNN and I see Fox News. They can talk about the same subject, but everybody has a different opinion about something. And how we get life is truly subjective. We don't even do a research. We go based on what someone else said, and we're going to believe that. And we never sit down and say, okay, well, someone said this. Let me go research the facts and find out, is that really true? I don't know. We just take it for face value, or our emotions get tied up in the situation. So our emotions get tied up in the situation based upon our own belief system, and that becomes the way we view things is based upon our own belief system. So then you say, well, I believe this because you believe that will be right for you, but doesn't mean right for everybody else. So I had a client one time, same thing. She's talking about R. Kelly. I don't know what R. Kelly did. I know he did some kind of crazy stuff, but we don't know the ins and outs. Okay. I don't know all the specifics. I wasn't there. She says, yeah, some people hate R. Kelly, but I like listening to his music.
Hmm.
That's again, she's not right or wrong. She's entitled to listen to his music. Doesn't mean I like the person. I just like what they produce. What they produce and the person
Exactly.
are two different things.
Right.
That's it. I mean, we don't get mad at people. We don't get mad at someone out there that plays a good basketball game, but then gets high. Oh, he got high. Okay, but he had a good game.
Hmm.
Whatever you want to do in life, and whatever works best for you is really just what resonates higher in your level of consciousness. And you may not like or even know Chris Brown. You don't know about him. It's Chris Brown even his
I
real name. I
don't.
have no
I don't
idea.
know him.
Don't know. Oh, but he gets good music. I kind of like it. Like I like some Chris Brown's music. Doesn't mean do I agree with what he did? I don't know all the facts. I wasn't there. I didn't do the research. I was going based upon what he said. He beat somebody up. Again, I don't know all the facts. I didn't do my research. So I don't have no opinion about anything I don't research about.
It's just,
See, if you
yeah.
notice here, I always talk about consciousness and being coached and all these things because I've researched those. I know facts. And I
Hmm.
continue to learn and research facts. Doesn't mean something is right or wrong. Like, for example, the Jay Shetty book, you recommend that a couple of times.
Hmm.
And I was going to go buy it, put it in my Amazon cart. And, so happened I just looked at the reviews and yes, several comments saying that he's copied other people's words. I don't remember the names he copied, but he copied people's words. And it really says, well, yeah, he may have copied somebody else's words or took some words and reformatted to be his own context. Don't know. But in reality, if you read Jim Rohn, which is from an old dude from the 80s, right? From the 60s, may not resonate high with someone that's in 2020. You pick up Jay Shetty book, someone that's in 2020, that's a young adult or someone trying to find themselves, he may be what they're looking for. So, and granted, doesn't matter if whatever was said 100 years ago, 20 years ago, or 15 years ago, it's helping somebody out right now.
Hmm.
And that somebody that wrote that book is now helping out that person that they can connect with. See, a book is about who you can connect with, not what's right or wrong.
Hmm. And again, we don't know, if whoever had said that, we don't know what influence Shetty or what that person had towards Jay Shetty. We talk about this like a domino effect, right? It could
Hmm.
be something similar to that. It could be like what we're doing right now. We're making an impact, and someone will take our words and use it, and then make an impact on somebody else. And I don't care. It's like a domino effect because I made an influence in someone else, and then that someone else will make an influence in someone else using mine. It's the same thing, but it's again, it's just what matters. Like to me, what matters is just making an impact on somebody. Like who's gonna sit there and have this time to do all that research and reading and say, "Oh my God, he copied those words from somebody else."
You know what? Someone did it. I saw the review. It's like, what? I looked at it. It's like more than once. Two I saw. I didn't read the
Wow,
rest. It was
yeah,
thousands that are there. But
that's crazy.
uh, End of the day, if you have parents, right? We all have parents. Somebody taught them something. They didn't teach us something. Do we say to our parents, hey, by the way, so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so taught you this. Why are you not telling me that? We don't care. They just teach us something. So
Mhm.
if he's teaching something and now applies to someone that resonates high with him, means he's in modern 2020 and he's a good looking guy and he that's who cares? Because we don't go back and tell our parents who taught you this, then who taught you then why copying them. We don't. We just listen. Same thing applies because we got to realize inherently in life we're all teachers and students, but we keep thinking we're not. See, someone taught Jay Shetty, then
And now he's
someone
teaching
that's
somebody else
exactly.
or
And the person that's taught Jay Shetty, that person taught somebody else too. So
mhm.
it's along monks teach other monks. I'm just all of a
Mhm.
sudden say monk. Someone teaches you what is monk. What does that mean? Someone teaches you about spirituality, Christianity. They teach you all these things, and that's how it makes us a teacher. Because then we then pass what we learned to the next person. And that's really the cycle of life is passing along the knowledge and experience you have to hopefully make society better or make someone else's life just better in general.
And again, I talk about respect. So why can't we just sit back and respect that, But unfortunately, that's not the kind of world that we live in. Um, I'm just going to put it out there again. We're all different. Everyone's different. So I have to have respect for those kind of people too. And yeah, I don't want to judge anyone. Speaking of judge, I was being judged at school.
Oh, what happened there?
Um, well, the school I work for. There's this girl who one day just made a comment to me, and now made me think like, I wonder how many other parents out there looks at me this way or other kids, right? And she made this comment to me, and she says, "Coach Gloria, you're a tomboy, huh?" And that caught me off guard, right? And I was sitting there just watching, and I was just like, "What?" And I'm thinking, what do you mean I'm a tomboy? So I said, explain that to me. What do you mean by that? Make me understand. And, she kind of, explained it a little bit more like, because the way I dress. Um, I said, so how do I dress? What's wrong? Is there anything wrong with the way I dress? You're a female. You don't wear skirts, dresses. I always see you in like guys type of clothing and shorts, tennis shoes. I said tights, those leggings. I don't think hardly any guys wears leggings, right? It's a female pants. And she's like, yeah, but and the way you move, the way you act, and then and you're always talking to all the boys here, and you play around and mess around with the boys a lot. Because you know what? One is because I have two boys. So I can really relate with how obnoxious those little boys get sometimes, right? And I run around with them and I mess around with them and I joke around with them. Because sometimes girls are just very really too girly for me. Drama. So the best thing to do is to kind of just leave them alone and leave them in their own little circle. And then I'll go somewhere where I'm going to have fun and won't take things seriously and just I look at the boys, they're just living their life. They're minding their business. They're playing games. And I want to do something like that. So let me go and play with them and run around with them? And so she made that comment to me and I thought, that's interesting. And and then so the next day, I don't know where that was coming from, but I left it alone. Then the next day, she mentioned it again and she made a comment and we were talking about being hot and being cold. And then and she said something to me about again the way I dress. And then I asked her a question again. I totally forgot the whole situation there at that time, and she said, yeah, well, my mom thinks you're not a woman like. And I said, what? She said, yeah, she thinks you're not a girly girl because women should be wearing dresses and skirts and you don't. I said, because I'm not. But I told her, does that make me like a man because I'm not wearing a skirt or a dress? She goes, "No, I know you're a girl." I said, "Okay." And then, so now I knew where that came from then. So it made me realize, damn, then, her mom probably every time she sees me, she's thinking, yeah, she's gotta be, you know what I mean? Like she has this view of me and has this judgment on me of who she thinks I am based on my appearance. And today, this girl, she was running and she said, "Oh, I can run a lap around here." I said, "Go ahead." And then there's bushes, right? And she said, "I almost tried to jump. I almost wanted to jump over that, but I stopped." I said, "Why did you stop? I know you can do it." And she said, "Because I stopped because I realized, wait, what am I doing? I'm a girl." Then I asked her again, "What's wrong with jumping over the bushes if you're a girl?" She goes, "Because girls don't really do that." I said, "Okay." So I really try to dig deeper, in what she believes in and what she's being taught. Now I'm thinking she's being taught something at home of what, the parents believe, right? And this is how they're raising her, with the female should be a certain way and male should be a certain way. And so she told me, "Yeah, well, only boys or, does stuff like that. Girls are just right here holding their skirts and just standing and not playing rough like that." And I said, "I get it. Okay." I thought it was very
It's
interesting.
That's an interesting conversation coming from a person that's a young adult.
Mhm.
So when we're born as kids, we don't know what we don't know. So her assumption being that women should act like a certain way, which is women should wear skirts, high heels, and don't play with boys. That's not something you're born with. You don't all of a sudden get loaded that. No, it's something that's taught. So someone's taught her, well, girls do this, girls do that. And kids are like a sponge. They soak up everything because their mind, they haven't lived enough to formulate what is right or wrong. So they say what's on their mind and without a filter, or they just call something what it is. Oh, my mom said, you're not a girl because you don't wear skirts. Now, that's because a mom has perception of the way a woman should be and look like and behave. Now, that would
Mhm.
be thus become the child's belief system. So if someone doesn't act or behave a certain way, which was taught by her mom or by her mom's mom, then you're not ladylike. So what is it like to be a lady? See, society has all these different avenues. Say, well, this how something should work out. This is the way something should go. It's no different than saying, well, I went to Ivy League school and I should get a great job. I had people work for Mark Zuckerberg that are more intelligent than him. Thousands. People are more smart than Mark Zuckerberg, but Mark Zuckerberg owns the company. So because we have the perception that things are supposed to be a certain way, that doesn't exist in really the reality in life. Things can be whatever you want.
That's why people are separated. That's why we get separated in different ways, you know, because of what one believes and what the other believes. What more, of course, I had to kind of tell her a little bit why, but then I said, okay, wait, I stopped myself. I don't have to explain myself because this is me. She doesn't have to go home and tell her mom, well, this is why she's always dressed like that. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think what it is like, okay, maybe the mom doesn't understand. Well, my line of work too and the things I do, I can't be doing physical education or coaching sports in my skirt or my dress, you
Right.
know?
Or what makes them think that I don't wear skirts and high heels outside of school?
Yeah.
I
And I just
don't know.
and then so then here comes the whole group of kids and they were listening to this conversation and I was just like, you know what, this is going to get bigger, right? This conversation is just going to get bigger. So I ended like this is look, I do own some skirts and dresses. So when I go out with my friends, I like to dress up sometimes. And yes, I put a little bit of makeup on. So yeah, I could be a female sometimes. And then I left it at that and I just wanted I don't know what's going on in their mind after that. And I just thought, wow, this had never happened to me before. For as long as I've been working at the school or and coaching, I've never really had anyone come up to me or say something like that to me. But now I think that you know um, we I started to think again of like how judgmental we could be sometimes based on a person's appearance. But whether that's good or bad, I don't know. I don't think it's there's any intentions to that. It's just the way I am viewed and the way they look at me. I don't want to think of it as, to them it was a bad thing. It could be in their culture too, because their culture, so certain cultures have different beliefs.
Hmm. And that's the sad part. So it's funny thing is after that conversation, after you had to talk with this particular person, then you now need to defend yourself of why you do what you do. Like, well, yes, I do wear skirts because the belief now is, well, if you don't wear skirts 24/7, you're not a lady. That's the belief right there. Not
Mhm.
like, well, she may not wear it now because she can't because of the activity. So now you give them more context. Before the context was if you're a lady, you should wear a skirt 24/7. No, I'm a lady and I do wear skirts when it's appropriate. So if I'm at the gym, if I'm teaching, if I'm doing this, I may not wear a skirt. Matter of fact, I may not wear a skirt at all. I don't feel comfortable. But
Mhm.
it's just funny how we walk around with this paradigm blindness, which I always say it's your perceptions, your belief systems, interpretations of what you think is real for you, real period. And it's based upon experiences. What is really different amongst everybody else. So once you learn how to navigate these perceptions, I think society will start to change more. But until we realize that it's our perceptions, our judgments that are causing it to be held back. No difference in politics. People are judging you because you have an opinion about something. No, you're different, so you're wrong. And that's not wrong.
Yeah, and I was telling a friend about this, and I was laughing when I was telling them the story, and I was asked if I was offended by it. I said no, I wasn't offended by it. I honestly wasn't. I think, like I said earlier in the beginning of this podcast, I think, we come to this freestyle Thursday and we just talk about anything, and we always end up with some kind of topic anyway, right? So, like what I said in the beginning of this podcast is that, everyone is entitled to their opinion. And I know that everyone judges. I'm guilty of it. I still catch myself judging others from their appearance. So we tend to judge the book by its cover. But
Hmm.
because you and I have gone through some digging deeper, deep down in us, and this training, that we are more aware now. Um, we're more curious now. Before we judge somebody, we are more curious about this person before judging, right? So, we've gone through these changes, and a lot of people is not going to realize that there's still going to be a lot of people walking around, judging the book by its cover, and that's what's happening. And no, I wasn't offended by it. I didn't. I just, to me, I thought it was funny. I laughed about it because, coming from a little girl, I thought it was interesting, and how she was actually staring at me and looking at me from head to toe, and she brought up, that conversation. But it's fine. I'm okay with it, because that's how I am. That's how I dress. That's how I walk around.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, so that's what it is. And I think, before we end this podcast, and like I said, I think we always come up with a topic here, even if we say there's no topic. Like today was pretty much just about your perception on things and people, the assumptions, um, judging, and what else did we say? Opinions. Do your
Hmm.
research.
Facts, context.
Facts. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, get your facts right. Do get your context right. Do your research. What do you think is an assumption, or is it what you think is real? So check in, check in, check in, check in, and keep checking in because the whole purpose of this is really to challenge yourself. Instead of say this is what this is nothing. Meaning, give you a perfect example of that. We have this idea, which is true in a lot of cases. You have to go to college to be successful. I know a lot of educated fools. I
Mhm.
know a lot of people that work with their fries. That this one guy, I never forget his name. He had double master's degree, was working in fries electronics because he made poor decisions in his life, which lost all the money he had and respect he had from people. He lost his license. His two degrees from two Ivy League schools couldn't make it. Working in fries electronics and computer sales. At the time, the guy I was in my 20s, the guy's probably in his late 30s to 40s. I looked at that. I don't want that to be me. So, once we start changing the way we view life, life then opens up like a beautiful rose, and we can see life for much more than what we think it is. And we can actually propel ourselves better in better directions once we know there is more than what we think is. And that's how we maintain success, happiness, love, encouragement, spirituality, religion, if you, whatever religion you have. And obviously, it strengthens the relationships around different people because we have a different set of outlook for different things. So, as always, guys, I hope you guys learn from something of this podcast that will better your life for the future. I think the other day we had Mental Health Day last week. So many days outside the major holidays I don't remember anymore. So I think we have Mental Health Day because mental health is very paramount amongst everybody. You can be have zero money in your pocket, or the person doesn't have an education to the person that has two degrees. Mental health is important because it helps structures your life. It helps your family around you. It brings more peace to your life and more love to your life, so you live a more better and encouraging life. So thank you again for listening to another episode of Life's a Shuffle, and this is Freestyle Thursday.
And again, this is Gloria, your life coach. Thank you for listening to another episode of Life's a Shuffle.